Mathematics Class 8th, Chapter 3rd, Exercise 3.3, Understanding Quadrilaterals. Here we are on question number 7th. The adjacent figure HOPE is a parallelogram. So here is the given figure, where the name of the quadrilateral is as follows in anti-clockwise manner. That is HOPE. Find the angle measures X, Y, and Z. State the properties you use to find them. So the very similar question we have done in previous questions, that is, we need to find the measure of these angles X, Y, and Z. We will use the properties that we have learned so far. So let's first visualize this given parallelogram. If you observe here, this complete angle, that is H, is equal to 40 plus Z. Also, we know that we are dealing with a parallelogram. Therefore, this line segment and this line segment are parallel to each other. And this line segment HO is a transversal. Therefore, we have a formation of corresponding equal angles. That is, this 70 degrees will be equal to addition of 40 plus Z. That is, angle O will be equal to angle H. But we have only one variable, that is angle Z, which we need to find. Therefore, we can easily find it by framing an equation. With these steps in our mind, let's try to find measure of angle Z. Henceforth, in the solution part, we write angle H is equal to sum of Z plus 40 degrees, because angle H is constituted by these two angles, that is 40 degrees and this small angle, angle Z. Now we write angle H is equal to angle O, because we have already discussed the reason, that is corresponding angles equal. Therefore, we are just plugging the values now. Angle H is equal to 40 plus Z, therefore we wrote Z plus 40 degrees equal to angle O is given to us as 70 degrees. It is a linear equation in one variable which we know very well how to solve. So angle Z as it is, transposing positive 40 degrees towards right hand side, it will get subtracted up. Let's do it in our mind. 70 minus 40 will give us 30 degrees. Therefore, we have successfully found measure of angle Z, that is equal to 30 degrees. Now let's focus our attention in finding angle Y. If you observe again, line segment EP and line segment HO are parallel to each other because they are opposite sides of a parallelogram. And this line segment HP is a transversal. Therefore, there is a formation of alternate interior angles which are equal in case of a transversal crossing two parallel lines. Therefore, angle Y will be equal to 40 degrees because alternate interior angles are formed here. Therefore, we write angle Y equals to angle EHP. That is, this small angle Y will be equal to 40 degrees, and 40 degree is angle EHP. Now just plugging the values, angle Y equal to, we know the measure of angle EHP is 40 degrees. Therefore, we have found the measure of angle Y equals to 40 degrees. Now we are only left to find measure of angle X or angle E, whichever you want to call it. Again, we have studied in case of a parallelogram, adjacent angles are supplementary. And what are adjacent angles? The angles formed at the extreme of any line segment. For an instance, if we are taking line segment EH, then the angles formed at its endpoints, that is, this angle and this complete angle, when we will add them up, they should give us 180 degrees. Using this very property, we will add both these angles and equate it to 180 degrees. The same we are doing here. Angle E plus angle H, that is equal to 180 degrees, and the reason being adjacent angles are supplementary in case of a parallelogram. We did not write complete statement because we know we are given that this particular figure is a parallelogram. Now plugging the values. Angle E is equal to X that we need to find plus. Now what is angle H? It is addition of these two angles. Therefore we write Z plus 40 degrees equal to 180 degrees. We write X as it is plus as it is. We have found the measure of angle Z, that is equal to 30 degrees in first step. So we added it up in our mind. 30 plus 40 degrees gives us 70 degrees equal to 180 degrees as it is. Due to space issues, we are going to solve it here. So X equal to transposing positive 70 degrees towards right hand side, it will get subtracted up with 180 degrees. Therefore, x equals to 180 degrees minus 70 degrees, and the value of x comes as equal to 110 degrees when we subtract it. Therefore, with this, we have found the measure of angle x as well. With this, we have found all the three unknown angles, that is x, y, and z. Therefore, these are simple questions which require your basic understanding on the concepts of parallelogram. With this, question number 7 has been solved. Moving on to question number 8. The following figures GUNS and RUNS are parallelograms. So here we have two figures named as in anti-clockwise manner GUNS. This is one parallelogram, and the another figure is again a parallelogram, namely as RUNS. So we observe in every question we are naming it anti-clockwise. That is the convention that we have used in this standard. Now find x and y. Length are in centimeter. So the units of the lengths, so these are the lengths given to us, that is the length of these line segments of this parallelogram, and the unit is centimeter. And we need to find the measure of x and y in both these figures. So let's try to visualize first parallelogram, namely as GUNS. So if you know, in case of parallelogram, opposite sides are always equal. So line segment GU will be equal to line segment SN. With this, we can easily frame one equation, that is 3y minus 1 will be equal to 26. And since we are dealing in only one variable and we know how to solve it very well, with this we will be able to find measure of y, and in order to find measure of x, we shall equate SG equal to NU, because again these are opposite sides of a parallelogram and they are equal. With this we will be able to find measure of angle x. So always first try to visualize your steps that you will follow in order to find your answer. So with this, let's try to solve it. So first of all, we shall try to find the measure of x. Therefore, we will equate 3x equals to 18, and we should write reasons because opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Now 3x equal to 18 as it is, we just rewrote so that we can show you cancelling. Therefore, 1 3 is a 3 and 6 3 is a 18. Simple calculation. X is separated, its value came as equal to 6. Now, as we discussed earlier, we can easily find measure of y when we will equate both these sides. So 26 will be equal to 3y minus 1. You can take it in any order. That doesn't matter. So transposing negative 1 towards right hand side, it will get added up. So we wrote 26 plus 1 equal to 3y. It is simple, 27 equal to 3y. We rewrote it because we are going to show you cancellation. So 1 3 is a 3 and 9 3 is a 27. So 9 equals to y and our value of y is separated. Therefore, we have found successfully in case of GUNS parallelogram the measure of x and y, that is 6 and 9 respectively. But this first part has been solved. Moving on to second figure, that is parallelogram RUNS. So RUNS. Here we cannot use that property that we have used here, that is opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal, because we are given the measurement of diagonals, and we know very well that both these diagonals in case of parallelogram bisect each other. That is, measurement of this particular line segment that is formed out of this diagonal will be equal to this length. Again, this 16 will be equal to measure of x plus y. With this idea, let's first try to find measure of y. So we just discussed that we shall equate y plus 7 equals to 20 because these are bisected by this another diagonal. So we wrote y plus 7 equals to 20, and the reason being diagonals bisect each other. Transposing positive 7 towards right hand side, it will get subtracted up with 20. So y equals to 20 minus 7, and that gives us y equals to 13. Now, how we can find x? That is again simple. The 16 will be equal to x plus y, because again the same reason, you can write diagonal bisect each other in case of a parallelogram. So we wrote x plus y equal to 16, and we just found y equals to 13. So we are plugging the value of y equals to 13 in this equation. Now x as it is plus, in place of y we will write 13 equal to 16. Transposing positive 13 towards right hand side, it will get subtracted up. Therefore, x equals to 16 minus 13 is 3. So you see how easily we solved it. The only problem here would be we cannot first try to find the measure of x, because that will be linear equation in two variables, which we shall learn in subsequent chapters. So in order to find x, we shall first try to find y. Therefore, we see that second part of this question number 8 was solved using diagonal properties of a parallelogram, whereas first part was solved by side properties of a parallelogram. With this, question number 8 of chapter 3rd, exercise 3.3, understanding quadrilaterals, has been solved.